Morning, everybody. Welcome back to the rescue shop. We're leaving the cars alone for today. A couple months ago, I had personally built a squirrel house for my place. We got a bunch of wildlife that lives out back and stuff. We next to thousands of acres. So I had built that and I had posted it, and a lot of people really liked it. Well, it was massive. It was a 3 foot by 4 foot base, like 2.5 feet tall. I mean, it's massive. I'll put up pictures in the video and stuff. But I had literally just built it, to suffice here, And but what I'm going to do today is I'm going to build a smaller one. Now, usually if I do a woodworking video, I try to give you the measurements and everything that works for that specific thing. But these here, it would be whatever size you want it to be. I'm just going to kind of give you the general gist of how to walk through and kind of what to use. Speaking of what to use, everything that I'm using today is scrap wood, everything out of my shop. I have not and will not buy anything for this. So now the only thing that will be used that I have purchased, will be the siding and stuff. But like I've said in other videos, I keep that stuff here. But I go out and buy it and bring it home and let it dry. But I've already got the base cut out, and today I'm building a 30 by 24 base. And with a 10-inch deck, and the rest will be for the squirrel house. Now I've already cut out these small boards right here. These here are going to be, this is pretty much the outside of the house. So, but we'll kind of step by step, what to do. And like I said, some of these I ripped because I was using stuff from the house. It depends on how heavy you want. If you build a bigger one, you're probably going to want to step up to, them little half 2x4s you can buy at any, Home Depot or Lowe's, just for the structure. But these smaller ones, I mean, you can go up, and I think I said something about this on the last woodworking video. You can go to I think it was Menards where we found them. I do believe the other ones have them too. These little like furring strips, they're like 1/2 inch by 1.5 2 inch, something like that. But you can get whatever you want to get. But remember, if you're going to use smaller stuff like this, you'd be better off to use a brad nailer or a small nail gun. You can use screws and stuff. My other one that I built, it was all screwed, just because it was all heavier stuff. I actually cut down 2x4s and 2x4s in the centers and stuff. So, but it was massive. So, but with these, if you plan on building a smaller one, which a normal person probably would build just a normal little tiny box, but I would go with the brad nailer. And like I said, you go up to any of the, shouldn't be able to go to any of the hardware stores and get you these little like furring strips, and you'll use them for several different things for the framing of it. So we got these here. They're just cut and set where they're at. Now, you can build these however you want to. I like giving them a little porch and a little picket fence and stuff. Actually, like the squirrels out back, they literally set on the picket fence, and it's giving me some ideas on some other stuff for them, you know what I mean? So, but we'll get started here. Like I said, this one here is a 24 by 30, and you want the way I designed this, you don't have to. You want this board here to be a little thicker. It doesn't, or a little wider. It does not matter, but this is not going to be closed in. There will be not front doors. So this is kind of a step up into it, and then when you build the top down, that'll give you this. These here are just here for nailing purposes, pretty much. And you'll see that going forward, but we'll go ahead and get these nailed on and go from there. The full seam all the way across. get him nailed in first. I'm not a huge fan of using air for stuff. It definitely does have its advantages, but it's absolutely got its disadvantages. You nail stuff like that to your own accord there. I probably over nail stuff. We're going to use a brad nailer. Always make sure your hands are not anywhere near where the nail will be coming out, because they can hit a hard spot in that wood and turn, and they will get you. It goes through that wood that easy. Just imagine what it's going to do to your little hand. So just be careful when using these things. It's another one of the cons. Of course, I've had my screw gun cause me to bleed more times than brad nailer has, but that's here nor there. So, but you can see this is your actual structure. I just went ahead and I had some little 1x4-ish, ripped them down. I will say, if you're a person like me and you do, want to cheapen things up, if you do any rips, make sure your rips are to the inside, where like this outside piece here is going to be a straight edge for your wall. So just make sure you put any of those where you're not going to be nailing to something that goes like this. But go ahead and get these nailed on and go from there. Got all these here nailed in. This is that fence board that I use for everything. Up there at Lowe's in the garden center. I forget how much they even are, but they're very cheap. You take these, and I'll show you how to. This is how I do it because it's easy, and you want to put this. These here will be your structure outside of these. So I'm just going to make a mark because you cut this board the width of, say this is 2 foot, you want this to be 2 foot too, so you can tie in your ends. But I'll make a mark on the outside of this board because it's got to come up here, and you want it to be level with the top of this board. Now, so smart, I didn't even mark the whole board. So, start again. Now, when you that's, you flip this over. I have a, now if you use little boards or cut stuff, there's going to be some, it's not going to be directly on line. You know, when junk wood like I am, that line's not going to be completely perfect. So what you want to do is, you know, just get it to the best, you know, best fit that you can. So if you get one completely lined up there, you know, so these boards, even if you go buy brand new stuff, everything's got a warp to it and things like that. So don't worry wholeheartedly about that. I walked all the way over here and never even brought my stinking nail gun. Come on. So what we'll do is, this is your outside. You put your board to your outside. Keep it flush with your tallest one. I'm lining up pretty good on this side. I'm going to get her level here. A little bit more. This doesn't have a huge ordeal if it's not, because a lot of this is just tying in your gable, so you don't have to sit there and try to cut out a gable. So that is why you want to do this. Oh, in the face, that was awesome. Alright, this one here had just a hair bit off, not enough to worry about whatsoever. So let's go ahead and, oh yeah, oh yeah. Continue to build down the back, just so you can see what we're doing. As you're cutting, I absolutely will tell you to use these boards. They're about the best thing you can find for little projects like this. If you do go to Lowe's and buy them out of the garden center, give yourself a couple weeks, bring them in the garage or somewhere dry and stand them on end, because they do shrink. So you don't want to build something like this or a little well or something like that and have them shrink up on you. So buy them with enough time, buy them ahead of time. Also, the tops, if you cut them off or whatever, don't throw those away. There's always something for those, and I will show you here in a little bit a good way to use them on this project. So that being said, I just wanted to share that. It's pretty much just you butt this up going down through. There's nothing hard about that. You can stack them if you want to. That way the water runs right off. But I will tell you, mine, I built it by butting them up. Sheds water just fine. The inside of the box isn't wet at all. But if you want to, you know, your first one, all you got to do is put it up there like that. Don't just nail you a couple in the top and then slide your next one up underneath of it like that. And it's you know, then go back through and do all your nailing. I could go back through and pull these nails and do that, and you just slide this up under it, probably about a ½ inch on both sides would be plenty. If you go any more than that, it's going to kick out the board. So that being said, I was just sharing that. If it you know, you think that would look better, by all means do it. You know, if it's your project, you do it however you want to. That is how I'm going to do mine. Let's get a nail or two in this. Remember to keep your fingers back, and it's very easy to get complacent and forget where you're sticking your fingers. Now, along with every other fine piece of quality wood that is sold nowadays, these all have warps to them. Some of them are decent, others are not. But just remember, it's not gonna be perfect no matter how hard you try. Just simply, go ahead and get that out of your head, because I mean, you could stay here for hours squaring everything up, and if that's what you want to do, you go right ahead and do you. But these are not. I mean, it's going to have squirrels and birds in it, so you do you though. So we're almost completed with our back wall. I'm going to find another piece here. I know I've got some ripped down for other stuff or out of another project that I'd done. Let me go find them, and I'll get right back with you. There's your back wall. If you end up with little cracks here and there, like I said, you're not building a house, it will be fine. You move to the front. Now, same thing here. You go up here, same thing. So we'll get this board cut down the right width, and then going from there. A good thing, if you guys got any of these little grippers, I would use them, because as flimsy as them boards are, sometimes when you try to nail them like this, they shove out, and you gotta sit there and pull the nail out, or so. It works a lot better. You grip them like that, and then shoot a couple winner. This next little thing here is totally up to you. Next section, you can make these holes however big you want by just adding or taking away a board. I am going to use a piece of rip board that I had. I think this here's a pretty good hole there, so that's going to work out just fine. So we'll go ahead and nail it in there too, and the front will be done until we go to do the roof. Alright, now this piece here, what you want to do is just go cut you a piece of wood. It doesn't even have to be good, as long as you got a good flat surface on the top, or roughly flat. It's no big deal. This is literally just a nailer. Don't worry about little corners and stuff like this. This will all be covered up. This is not the Taj Mahal. This is a squirrel house, okay? It'll still be just as stout, just as strong. All you have to do, take you a stick, whatever. Set it on there like so. Make you a mark here, wherever you need to cut it. Cut that at an angle. Now, good, well, I wouldn't say good, pine, whatever you have laying around, you can even use these boards here. Any extra that you have off it, because they're soft, and if you don't have a miter saw, you can still take a little hand saw and cut these out fairly easy. You'd probably be better off to do that anyways. Then once you make this cut here, you can just line this up, make a cut, and then just keep working at it. Sometimes it takes a couple. Like I said, it's not a huge deal. What this is what you nail your roof slats to. So don't get over, if you're one of those perfectionists, you probably already quit watching this. But other than that, like this here, it literally just sets up there like that. Make sure that you're on this right here, that you're flush with the top of this. That will matter. That's the only thing that actually matters. And you've got your rake there. So that being said, I'm gonna attach this and go from there. Alright, so I went ahead and cut this down and stuff. What I would suggest, I use a saw. You can actually see It's very dangerous to use a saw. I tripped over crap on the floor. Also, don't leave stuff laying around where you can trip on it. So, this, you'll never see this once the roof goes on. But that being said, that's a very good opportunity. Someone that's building one of these as just a spare time, or want to go out and try to do some woodworking, I would suggest, once you get this front piece lined up here, tack it one time, tack it one time, tack it one time, build your braces in the back, get them in there, make your marks on the back side of this board. Like, here, hold on. I don't have a board sitting around. That's crazy. Anyways. Say something like this. Wherever that's going to set, you can see how that comes out there, your thing. Once you cut that to fit, then just make you a mark down this side right here. It's hard to hold board, camera and everything. Just make you a pencil mark right down your line of your board. Say this is still your thing. You just make your mark on that. Then pull them 3 nails back out, take it to the saw, and make your cuts there. It would be a whole lot better if you're trying to go for perfection and or aesthetics. But like I said, you can do it either way. Like I said, I use sawzall, so you'll get stuff like this. So it is what it is. Like I said, you'll never see that. But there's your structure. Now this side is actually ready for the roof. We got to do this on this side. I'm sure this side will turn out better because I'm going to clean up the floor. So, moving on. I got to thinking, I think I explained myself wrong. Like these here, why don't worry about those. You wouldn't even need to put these in here. Excuse me. If it wasn't for getting your roof angle off the boards that you've already put on there. So that is why I don't. Them there have served zero purpose other than giving you this angle. There's all kinds of other ways to do it to get an angle, point A to point B. That's just easy to me. It may not be easy to others, but to whatever you want your fall to be from here to there, that's why, I know I didn't explain myself well, but that's why these inner pieces here, they don't matter. They're just there to give you from this point to this point so you know where to cut your board that you've already put on there. So, that being said, I just cut this. This is one of the siding boards. These here, I'm going to do like this too. I'm just going to stack them on top of each other. I'm going to nail this in real quick where you can start squaring up your house. There. That one there kind of missed. That one there kind of missed again. Must be a hard spot right there. Alright. Also why I hate these nails. That sucker's in there. To get your roof, without the sitting there measuring everything, what you can do is just set your board in there and make your roof line marks. Once you do that, put it on the saw and cut it. Put our sides in, got them all cut out, everything's ready. Actual box will be done. Now, you have your little humble squirrel code. We'll just go ahead and put a roof on it. See? You know, it's nothing spectacular, but it's really not. I mean, you could take your time and actually, like, I probably shouldn't use this board here with the big bow in it, but it is what it is. But other than that, you can, you know, put your own spin on it. This is literally just like a little diagram of how you can do it, you know. That way you're not just sitting there thinking, I don't even know where to start. Well, this here would give you a pretty good place to start from. And it's a big help having like all new wood and stuff. But you can do it with, if a man had a bunch of pallet lumber, you could absolutely build it all out of that. Alright, I got a couple boards cut out. Usually off the this way and this way, I leave an inch overhang over this way. What I'll do, I'll just flip my boards upside down, measure up an inch where I can see my marks. And then off the back, give myself an inch, just something to put your little eyes on. Flip it upside down, find your marks. We'll get it that way. How to run a slide over. Do it the same way. Mark you an inch overhang. Hi, Ashton. But it's cold outside. Inch overhang, and then mark you probably a ½ inch to an inch, whatever you want to. I guess we'll go an inch. An inch looks pretty good. Inch overhang on that. Make you another square. Another square. Yeah. Good to go. Alright. Now, once you get up to this area, within, you know, a couple inches of your top square or your top flat, start on the other side. You got your, just keep building up till you get to your top up here. And then you just take and make up whatever difference. Like, it worked out perfectly to where if I just split one, it come out pretty good. So we'll get him measured off here. That's actually pretty good where it's at. Alright, now your top one, your settlement board here, just kind of take him and level him up. There's my little squirrel box. Works pretty well. There's always 5, 6, 7 squirrels out here. Actually, I had some old pine logs I cut down last summer, I think. So I used them to put it up. I need to finish painting the base and stuff, but I thought it was fun. Alrighty, guys. There's your little finished project. Remember what I said about keeping the tops? That works out pretty well for little places from the set. I will probably, if I ever make another one of these, I will never use brad nails again. I will just, if I have to, I'll drill out the holes to put screws in. It allows way too much movement. A couple of the things got a little out of square. I'm not happy with it. I was actually going to give this away to first person that shared it, but I don't even want to give it away. But you have the concept of how to build one of these. It's really not that difficult. Probably should have done this when I had more time to where I could sit down and actually do it, but it'll work out. I mean, I'll put this up in my own yard. I'm not scared. But as far as that goes, guys, I appreciate the that you guys stick around and check out my videos and things. So with that being said, there, kind of same as always, you know, we really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Share some of the stuff that really helps me out, and you know, just continue to check out the new videos and things as we go along, you know. And I'm gonna have a video here pretty soon coming up of the vehicles and stuff that we've done, you know, updates and things. Some things are just stalled out waiting on things, but that'll be like a little update video. But you know, as always, you know, God bless, and we love you and we thank you for watching Rescue Shop.